All right, your test in here, like I said, will be Friday. The test will cover solving equations. Okay, if you want to use the back of your test there, or back of your review sheet to take some of these notes real quick on your, well, welcome to do that. We're going to talk about solving equations. You'll have solving equations with addition and subtraction. Okay. You'll have solving equations with multiplication and division. And then you'll have two-step equations that you have to solve. Okay, and then also, so this was chapter 12 that we did with the worksheets. Okay, and then we'll also have chapter 13.1, which was graphing in the coordinate plane. Okay, now once again, test is Friday, not tomorrow. Test is Friday, and that's the 30th. Okay, today we skip second hour. Okay, so obviously we're in first hour, you'll skip second hour. But I want to go over this sheet, the review sheet that I've given you. It's yours to keep. So let's look at number 1 that we just talked about doing. Number 1 says 15 plus b equal 23. Okay, how do I solve this one? Noah, we'll get you started this morning.
Subtract 15 from 23?
Yeah, we subtract 15 from both sides. So we have 15 plus b minus 15 equal 23 minus 15. Okay, on the left side of the equation, the adding 15 and subtracting 15 cancel it out, leaving me with the b. 23 minus 15 is what? What? 8. Good. So that's your answer. B equal 8. Remember, if you wanted to check it, you would simply take 15, plug in the 8, equal 23. 15 plus 8 is 23. So that checks out. Okay, so that's what you do to check it. All right, let's look at number 2. Let's move on. Number 2 is very similar. Let's look at number 3. M plus 4 equal 12. So we're adding 4, so the inverse operation of adding is subtraction. Okay, so if we're adding 4, the inverse of that would be to subtract 4. So that would be M plus 4 minus 4 equal 12 minus 4. Once again, this is what we added to both sides of the equation to still have an equivalent expression. Okay, now the plus 4 and the subtracting 4 cancel out, giving me M is equal to what? 8. Wow, another 8. Imagine that. That never happened before, I'm sure. All right, let's look at number 5. Number 5 says P minus 6 equal negative 5. P minus 6 equal negative 5. Okay. What do I do here, Brandon?
P minus 6 plus 6 equals negative 5 plus 6?
Yep, that's right. P minus 6 plus 6 equal negative 5 plus 6. Okay. So the left side, 6's cancel, leaving me with P. Now, what is negative 5? Don't yell it out. Raise your hand. What is negative 5 plus 6? Staley.
Negative 11?
Huh?
Negative 11?
No, not that. Isaac?
Positive 1.
Positive 1. That is correct. Remember, we have a positive and a negative, so we must take their absolute values and subtract their absolute values. 6 minus 5 is 1. It is a positive 1 because the larger absolute value is positive 6. And so it's positive 1. Remember, the other way you can do it, if I got 5 negative signs and 6 positive signs, the positive and the negative cancel each other out, leaving me with the 1 positive sign. So it means I have 1. Okay? Sneak that little negative sign in there for you, and that's why we do that. Let's see here. Do number 8 on your own. Number 8 says n minus 8 equal negative 10. How many negative signs do you have? How many positive signs do you have? So do you have more negatives or more positives? Huh? So doesn't that have to be? When you think you have the answer, raise your hand. Emily, what'd you get? Negative 2? Yep. It is correct. Here's why. You take n minus 8 plus 8 equal negative 10 plus 8. Okay, it's very similar to what we just did. Those cancel. And that leaves me with absolute value of negative 10 and the absolute value of 8. And I subtract those absolute values. That would be 10 minus 8, which is 2. The larger absolute value is negative. So negative 2. Okay? Let's look at some of the addition and subtraction. That was addition and subtraction. Look at multiplication and division. So number 10, we have C times, I'm going to use the dot. C times 8 equal negative 88. So they're saying I'm going to multiply some number times 8 to get negative 88. Okay? Well, we're doing multiplication, so the inverse of multiplication is what? Division. Okay? So I'm going to take and do this. C times 8 divided by 8 equals negative 88 divided by 8. Okay, on the left side, our times 8 and divided by 8 cancel each other out. What is negative 88 divided by 8? Jonah? Negative 11. That is correct. Remember, when we're multiplying and dividing, one negative equals a negative. Two negatives equals a positive. Okay, so remember, when you're multiplying and dividing, one negative always is a negative. Doesn't matter how big or how small the number is, two negative signs equal a positive when we're multiplying and dividing. That's different than when you're adding or subtracting. Okay? All right. Do number 12 on your own. Do number 12 on your own. Focus. All right, for number 12, we have y divided by 14 equal 9. Okay, y divided by 14 equal 9. So, what is the inverse of dividing by 14? Isaac? Yes, multiplying by 14. All right, so we've got to multiply by 14 to both sides. So that's going to take y divided by 14 times 14 equal 9 times 14. Left side, they cancel. So that gives me y is equal to, what is 9 times 14? Isaiah? 126? Let's see here. That is correct, 126. Okay, 9 times 14. So all we did is just, 9 times 14. That's 6, carry my 3. 9 times 1 is plus 3, it'd be 12, be 126. All right. All right, move into some more difficult ones here. Let's look at number 14. Number 14 says h plus 35 plus 14 equal 119. Now this one here we can simplify before we start to solve it. Remember, simplifying and solving are two different things. Okay? Simplify means you're taking it down to its lowest name, lowest term. Solving means that we're trying to isolate the variable so we can find its value. Okay? But they can be combined in the same problem. Here, I'm going to simplify, 35 plus 14. What is 35 plus 14, Michael Burton? That is correct. So we have h plus 49 equal 119. Now we have to solve. We simplified it. Now we have to solve it. Okay? We solve it by doing the inverse, which would mean we take h plus 49 minus 49 equal 119 minus 49. On the left side of hit rewind. On the left side of the equation, we have plus 49 minus 49. Those two things cancel each other out. On the right side of the equation, we have 119 minus 49. What is 119 minus 49, Noah? I caught him off guard. 70, that is correct. H would be equal to 70. Okay? So we're able to simplify that one. Now, let's look at this one. This one's a little weird in the sense of they didn't put everything in a nice, neat order for us. 16 plus F minus 37 equal 1,043,043. No, just joking. 143. Okay? Now, this one they didn't put in a nice little neat order where the numbers are together, and there's a couple of ways you can do this problem. The easiest way to do this problem would be to do this. Simply go through and say, okay, just start solving from the very first. Okay, so 16 plus F minus 37 plus 37 equal 143 plus 37. So what I did is I did the inverse operation of the subtracting 37. Okay, and so that cancels out on the left side, leaving me with, here's the difference, 16 plus F equal, what is 143 plus 37? 143 plus 37. Isaiah? 180? That is correct, 180. So, now I still have to solve it. I'm not done yet because have I isolated F? No, isolation means it's by itself. So no, I have not isolated F. So now we must go 16 plus F minus 16 equal 180 minus 16. And what is, because these two on the left cancel, what is 180 minus 16? Joy. I get the joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? I'll give you a second to figure that. $174? No. Close, but no. Maya, help her out. No. No. Staley, help him out. 164. Yes, 164. So F is equal to 164. Remember, 6 minus 180 would be 174, but then I got to subtract another 10 from it to get the 16, so 174 minus 10 would be 164. Okay? All right. I want you to do, do number 16 on your own. Number 16 says, hang on, let me see what time. Hang on, we got to move on. We'll do 16 maybe tomorrow. All right, let's look at number 17. 4W plus 9 equal 41. 4W plus 9 equal 41. So this is a two-stepper. A two-stepper, okay, means we have two different mathematical operations going on in the equation, so therefore we have to do two steps to solve the equation. What's my first step? Anybody remember what we do first? Isaac? Yes, we do all addition and subtraction first. Then we do multiplication and division. So, I have to do this. 4W plus 9 minus 9 equal 41 minus 9. No, what's 41 minus 9? 32. So that gives me 4W equal 32. Now what do I do to solve? Emily? Yes. So we're going to divide by 4. Once again, I don't care which way you show it. I'm going to show it this way, where we do the 4 over 4, and we do the 32 over 4. The 4 over 4 cancels. 4 into 32 goes how many times? 8 times. So that gives me W equal to 8. Now, remember that you can do this also. You can show it as this. 4 times W divided by 4